Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. If you were new here, what up? So today we're going to be talking about Jaalkan, the mythic ice hunter of the season, the pros, the cons, what I think about it overall, and we're going to go over the spell kit. Please keep in mind that these spell cards were made before some last minute changes were made, and I will try to sort out the discrepancies. So, Prison of Zul, white, 1 rage, damages towers in a target area for 12% HP and frees them for 4 seconds. Counter Strike, white, 1 rage, 1 second cloak. Upon uncloaking, you gain 200% increased breath damage for 2.5 seconds and you reload your ammo. This was changed, so you cannot get it to 0-second cooldown anymore. There is a cooldown. Call of Freedom is white, 1 rage, damage towers in a target area for 100 times the dragon's attack, and then you heal for 20% HP, and then it flips to Call of Justice, which is the same thing but red, and then you get Unfailing Spirit. It has passively increased breath damage and then passively increased rage regeneration. The pros, you have a double death gaze that heals you. You have a cloak and a damage amp. The freeze AoE is large and lasts for a decently long time. The passive gives you more damage output as far as like amping up your breath damage in general, and then it gives rage back and keeps you going. Overall, I think Jaalkan is pretty good as far as its pros. It has a lot going for it, but let's get into the cons. So Jaalkan is very difficult to master. Most will struggle to do well defended. The second death gaze is red, meaning that you have to throw away your first, like you have to get the red mage down with your first one. And a lot of times I find myself just throwing away the red one because I don't get the red mage down. It requires very, very fast reflexes and timing. It is very setup dependent. It will breeze through one base and then die quickly on another. And the cloak cooldown is tricky because you can no longer get it to 0%. It's very hard to blink with. And I find it a little bit tricky to time as far as when you come out of your cloak or like you break your cloak, there is still a cooldown. So I have to really pay attention to see what's coming at me and time that so that I don't get hit in the face with a howitzer. So it's very tricky. It looks amazing on paper, but it is very, very tricky. And then overall, I know it says cons in the top. I forgot to change that. Anyway, this isn't a dragon that I would recommend to the average flyer. Again, on paper, it looks like it would be easy to master, but I found it much more difficult than both Zul and Calivor. Those I consider top tier flyers feel the same way. I've talked to Dad, I've talked to Tenbrew, I've talked to a lot of the people in my network that I feel like are very, very good flyers that I would rate their opinions over a lot of other people. And they all feel like Jaalkan is very much harder than Zul and harder than Calivor. It's very inconsistent and it's very layout dependent. So one base you will go in and it will be a breeze, and then another base you will just face plant on just because of the way that it's set up. So it's not a dragon that many people are going to do well with, but if you do take the time to master it, I'm sure you could do good with it. It's just not something that I feel like breaking my brain to like do well with it. It's really, really fast. Like, you have to be extremely fast. You have to get that death gaze, freeze, cloak, rotation down. And there are so many things that can mess you up while you're doing that it just makes it too much for me. Too much for me. I do like Zul. I did like Calivor all right, but Jaalkan is just on another level. And I just feel like hunters have been getting harder and harder and harder. It's like every hunter that they come out with is like, oh, okay, you thought that was okay? Now we're going to make it like way worse. And so that's why I've been like kind of staying away from hunters recently, other than Zul. But I don't know. It's just not for me. If you like it, that is great. If you like it, I love it. So I hope you have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye.